From Minnesota's most watched station, WCCO 4 News starts now with a Stormwatch weather alert.
Old Man Winter and Mother Nature are teaming up again, bringing us this spring snowstorm. Here's a live picture of 94 westbound and eastbound right near St. Cloud, where we have seen several crashes and closures throughout the day. The interstate just reopened. The snowfall has calmed down in the metro, but Minnesota and Wisconsin are not in the clear just yet. We have team coverage of this spring storm. John Lawrenson is tracking the snowfall in western Minnesota. Christian Cordero and Katie Steiner are in the metro, but let's get right to meteorologist Mike Augustinak for the latest on the forecast. Hi, Mike.
All right, thanks, Allie. Yeah, we still have some thunder snow going on, and I think this will be the case for the next few hours west of the Twin Cities, and actually even a few lightning strikes. You just saw one there in west central Wisconsin. So this deep band of purple running from the North Metro back through St. Cloud down toward Wilmer. That is the area that has intense snowfall rates and also at times some hail. In fact, earlier this morning, there were several severe thunderstorm warnings and hail that was up to the size of quarters falling and wind gusts 50 to 60 miles an hour. That is still possible later this afternoon as this area lifts northward across I-94 and up toward the Brainerd Lakes area and in Fargo. At the same time, the Twin Cities Metro has seen precipitation intensity and coverage sort of diminish, and now we're starting to see even a little bit of sleet mixing in with that snow. But again, at the same time, where it is snowing, in spots it is snowing heavily near zero visibility in Hayward, Wisconsin, and at times the same from St. Cloud to Glencoe to Alexandria. Wind gusts have been a big player. In fact, already we've seen in St. Paul earlier this morning a wind gust to 66 miles an hour. Redwood Falls in one of those severe thunderstorms earlier this morning gusted to 58, and plenty more gusts in the 50s from Marshall to Eden Prairie, Mankato, and Wilmer. Montevideo so far has gusted to 46 miles an hour. The storm is far from over. We have plenty more accumulating snow to go north and west of the Twin Cities as we walk through the evening. At that point, Twin Cities Metro points south and eastward, more like a patchy mix of freezing rain, sleet, and a little bit of snow at times. Overnight tonight, there actually could be a little bit of light rain mixing in as temperatures hover near freezing or a degree above, while the snow continues to the west. And then as we go through the day tomorrow, on the tail end, as this storm finally winds down, we'll get a little more light snow in the Twin Cities. We'll look ahead at some of the additional accumulations you can expect and talk about why some of the snow that fell today was brown or orange. That's coming up in a few minutes. Western Minnesota, though, did get the bulk of this spring storm. John Lawrenson is live this afternoon in Montevideo. That's where about 2.5 hours west of here. And John, what are you seeing there?
Well, Mike, like you alluded to, a blizzard warning here in western Minnesota. And of course, schools canceled classes throughout the area. Here in downtown Montevideo, the poor Jose Artigas statue behind me, he's covered in snow on April 11th. Never a good sign there. Very quiet here in downtown Montevideo. But take a listen to this. That's thunder. We saw thunder and lightning within the past 24 hours. We heard that this morning. We've seen rain, snow, sleet, wind, and of course, lightning and thunder. It's almost as if Mother Nature herself is confused about what season it is. The irony is that the iconic Arts Dairy Freeze in Montevideo is frozen solid. A lot of businesses closed around town today. The roads have been a mess in Chippewa County, and the plows are working double time to keep up with whatever Mother Nature throws their way.
It's getting up early in the morning. You get an 8-10 inch snow, you're up by 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can see sometimes it gets tough. We're not going to change it, so we can just get up and take care of business.
That's right. What's tough on those snowplow operators as well is when the trucks kind of get through that first bout of snow, they hit ice afterwards, and boy, they can really spin out. About 8 inches of snow or so here so far in Montevideo. Allie, put this in perspective this way. 2 days ago, the baseball team played their first game of the season, and now the field is completely covered in snow.
Yeah, no baseball today there. Okay, John, thank you. The snowfall has slowed down in the Twin Cities, but it's still causing a headache for drivers. Katie Steiner is in the mobile weather lab checking on the road conditions in Burnsville for us. And Katie, how are things looking there? Have they improved at all?
Oh my gosh, so much so. This morning was a nightmare, but things are definitely on the up. So here is what it looks like. This is 35W. You can see the roads obviously very wet, but it looks like for the most part all of the snow and the ice is gone. Still wet. Seems like it is liquid though, not ice. So that's good news. We're still going pretty slow. We're going about 45 miles per hour. A lot of the cars around us are going similar speeds as well, but we talked to people before. We talked to them about 2 hours ago, and they told us that this morning roads were a nightmare. One guy was driving from Faribault up to Burnsville. He said 35 was a mess.
Very bad whiteout conditions. I saw an accident. There was a Amazon Prime truck that was sideways on the road. It was really bad, so people are kind of turning around and finding different routes.
It's very slippery. If you don't have to go, I wouldn't go out today. It's really bad.
Things are definitely improving, so that is good news. A lot of schools are closed today, but one school that's not, the University of Minnesota. All of those students are still going to class, and Christian Cordero is near the U's campus with more on that. Christian.
Hey there, Katie. So what a difference 3 hours makes, right? We were here at 9 a.m. and it was basically whiteout conditions. Now it's clear. You get a better idea of exactly what you're working with, whether you're driving or you're walking. But truth be told, it kind of varies depending on where exactly you are. So of course you can see the sidewalk is clear, but then where you see the tracks of the sidewalk sweeper, you can kind of see that it's hard for you to get into the surface. So of course, what does that translate to on the roads? That means that some of the roads are super icy, like 14th Ave is right here. But then if you go towards the intersection on 4th Street, it's pretty clear. Now, we've seen a lot of students walking to class here at the U. Here's what they had to say.
We're kind of mad at it, but I guess this kind of happens every year. Like every April, every May, we have like one last like hurrah before we come to summer because there's no spring.
Yeah, hopefully we know that spring has come a little bit and then left again. Hopefully Mother Nature will be nice and she can come back for good and stay. Allie?
Let's hope. Okay, Christian, thank you.
Yeah.
Stay with WCCO, both online and in our newscast for continuing coverage of this storm. Testimony is being given right now in the Mohammed Noor trial. In court yesterday, prosecutors played the 911 calls Justine Ruchek-Damon made to police to report a possible sexual assault. Then the first people who responded to the scene took the stand, showing jurors pictures and video of where Justine was shot and killed by the former police officer. A BCA agent who documented the scene said he was never told shots were fired from inside Noor's squad car. In a recording between dispatch, Noor and his partner did not indicate an officer fired his weapon. The day ended with testimony about fingerprints and how a forensic scientist lifted them from the hood and side of the squad car. Stay with WCCO for news on air and online as we continue to follow this trial. The man accused of leaking sensitive information from the U.S. government was arrested this morning. Julian Assange was taken into custody at Ecuador's embassy in London. He'd been inside since August of 2012, hiding from a UK arrest warrant. The 47-year-old founded WikiLeaks, a website that allowed people to publish secret information and documents anonymously. WikiLeaks has provoked the U.S. government for years, leaking troves of classified documents and videos online. Assange's lawyer says the arrest follows a U.S. extradition request. WikiLeaks says Ecuador's decision to allow police to arrest Assange violated international law. The commander-in-chief is coming back to Minnesota. President Donald Trump is hosting a celebration of his tax bill in the Twin Cities. It's on Monday, that's April 15th, which is tax day. The president was last year in October for a pre-midterm election rally in Rochester. We don't know exactly when and where the president will be speaking. We will let you know more when the White House releases more details. Are kids getting the help they need when they get hurt at school? A shortage of school nurses is leaving students at risk. A look at what's behind the growing crisis. And we join Amelia live in Los Angeles.
That's right, Allie. I'm in Los Angeles, getting ready to go on the top. You and I will chat about that when we come back.